Kindness in its raw, untempered form is a liability. If you believe that decency alone will carve your path to success, you're not just naive, you're complicit in your own erasure. How many times have you buried your needs to avoid conflict? How often have you watched opportunists ascend while you're left clutching integrity like a consolation prize? Society sells a lie. Be good and goodness will reward you. But the world doesn't operate on karma. It operates on calculus. And this is where Machiavelli's ghost still whispers truths we're too afraid to admit. Machiavelli saw humanity for what it is, a tangled web of self-interest and ambition. In The Prince, he didn't glorify cruelty. He exposed the necessity of strategy. Virtue without vigilance is a suicide pact. Think of those you idolize, CEOs, leaders, icons. Do you honestly believe they rose to power on altruism? Number. They mastered the art of controlled duality, showing mercy when it earns loyalty, wielding force when it secures respect. The problem isn't your goodness, it's your refusal to armor it. You've been conditioned to believe everyone operates on the same moral spreadsheet, but the world is a chessboard, not a charity. Predators don't wear fangs, they wear smiles. They'll dissect your transparency, exploit your eagerness to please, and leave you hollow. Machiavelli's lesson isn't about becoming a villain, it's about intelligent self-defense. Kindness must be strategic, not sacrificial. Ask yourself, what has my niceness earned me? Approval? Temporary comfort? A reputation as harmless? Here's the truth. Kindness without authority is invisible. It's not respected, it's pitied. Machiavelli warned that it's safer to be feared than loved if you can't be both. Yet you've chosen love, clinging to the hope that likability will shield you. But shields aren't made of paper. You could be the most competent person in the room, but if you radiate uncertainty, you'll be treated as irrelevant. The world doesn't reward merit, it rewards the illusion of control. Consider the mediocre colleague who charmed their way to a promotion, or the influencer peddling shallow platitudes to millions. They understand what you don't. Image trumps truth. Machiavelli knew this. A leader's strength isn't in their sword, it's in the theater of confidence. Your mission isn't to be authentic, it's to curate authenticity. Wear your principles like armor, but let others see only the polished steel. Smile when it disarms adversaries. Stay silent when words would reveal weakness. Retreat not out of fear, but to manipulate the battlefield. This isn't deception, it's warfare by other means. Predictability is a death sentence. If others can map your every move, you're a puppet. The moment you react impulsively to anger, guilt, or flattery, you hand over the strings. True power lies in calculated ambiguity. Be the storm they can't forecast. Cancel a meeting last minute. Decline to explain your choices. Let them wonder, what does he know that I don't? Mystery magnifies influence. Machiavelli's prince didn't win by brute force. He won by mastering strategic scarcity. Become too available, and you're a tool. Become elusive, and you're a prize. Think of the co-worker who ghosted a project, only to return as the savior, or the lover who pulled back, reigniting obsession. Absence isn't neglect, it's alchemy. It transforms your value from common to coveted. Weakness isn't defined by your failures, it's defined by your reactions. The second you snap at a provocation, you lose. The moment you beg for validation, you shrink. Machiavelli's genius was his cold-blooded clarity. Emotions are tactics, not truths. Channel anger into action. Turn fear into observation. Let others drown in drama while you navigate the undercurrents. Recall the last time someone undermined you. Did you crumble or retaliate? The true player does neither. They dissect the insult, mine it for intel, and store it as ammunition. Emotional control isn't repression, it's reallocation of energy. Redirect every slight into a lesson, every betrayal into a blueprint. Here's the secret no one wants to admit. Silence is sovereignty. The more you explain, the smaller you become. Words are currency. Spend them recklessly, and you're bankrupt. Watch the powerful. They speak in pauses, not paragraphs. They let others fill the void with insecurities, then strike with a single sentence. You've been taught that transparency is virtuous. But oversharing is a vulnerability. When you confess your doubts, you gift others a weapon. When you gossip, you trade dignity for camaraderie. Machiavelli's prince guards his thoughts like state secrets. Why? Because information is leverage. The less they know, the less they can manipulate. Conformity is the cage you've been fed. But the game isn't fixed, it's fluid. The ones who dominate aren't following rules, they're redesigning them. Be the anomaly. Volunteer for the mission no one wants, then negotiate terms in your favor. Forgive a slight publicly to seem magnanimous, then quietly dismantle your enemy's alliances. Machiavelli didn't write The Prince to create tyrants. He wrote it to arm the overlooked. This isn't about abandoning ethics, it's about upgrading them. Merge morality with cunning. Let kindness be a choice, not a compulsion. You can keep clinging to fairy tales, waiting for the world to applaud your decency, or you can become untouchable, a paradox of compassion and calculation. Start today. Speak 20% less. Let silence amplify your words. Retreat strategically. Disappear until your absence is a question. Turn rage into resolve. Replace outbursts with observation. Machiavelli's message wasn't be cruel, it was be undeniable. The wolves don't win because they're evil, they win because they're smart. Stop being the prey. If this unsettled you, you're awake. Now act. The game won't change, but you can.